the news that Netflix could potentially buy Warner Brothers and DC Studios, many fans has taken to social media to express their disappointment with this potential outcome. They're citing that Netflix will only focus on their streaming service, which means they're going to do away with theatrical releases altogether. I do not believe that, because for years, Netflix has been trying to get their foot in Hollywood for quite some time. And if anything, they're going to use Warner Brothers as an avenue to get a lot of their projects into theaters. However, I feel that the naysayers do not understand how good of an opportunity this is for Warner Brothers and DC. So today, I would like to prove to you exactly why I feel that Netflix is the perfect studio to own a company such as Warner Brothers and DC. Now, I want to give you this article that many people are trying to spin as a negative, but they are not realizing how competent this shows Netflix is in this game. This article is coming from sffgazette.com. It is titled, "The Witcher's Insane Budget Has Been Revealed, and Season 4 Looks Set to Be the Most Expensive Yet." Now, I'm not going to give you the whole article. I am just going to give you what I need from it. According to Radiant Intelligence, The Witcher Season 4 will be the most expensive season yet, costing $27 million per episode, totaling $221 million. For one season, Netflix could afford to spend $221 million. Now, here's a full breakdown. Season 1 cost $92 million, $11.5 million per episode. Season 2 cost $176 million, $22 million per episode. The Witcher Blood Origins cost $51 million, $12 million per episode. The Witcher Season 3, $175 million, $21 million per episode. Now, you may say, oh, that's a whole lot of money to be spending on one TV series per season. And it is. It is a lot of money for Netflix to put down on something that they may not have been sure about, right? However, that's my point. Netflix could afford DC and Warner Brothers. Anything that the studio has to offer, IP-wise, Netflix could afford to fund it. Okay? Think about it like this. For one season of The Witcher, they're spending upwards of $170 million. That's a movie. Okay? In fact, if they make a project for Netflix only, that could be 2 movies. You heard Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon only costs what? $100 million, $150 million to make or so? If you think about it like this, Netflix has spent well over $720 million on The Witcher. What makes you think that they do not have that to fund the entire universe? Think about that for a second. $720 million for 4 seasons of The Witcher. Okay? That could be a whole damn universe. That is an average of what? $150 per film if you want to do 4 movies. Okay? And even if you want to give us a universe that is solely based around a TV series on Netflix, you can give us 5 seasons of that. And talk about money, Netflix earns $1 billion per month, according to Google. $1 billion. Now, answer this for me. What studio do you know is making $1 billion a month while simultaneously dropping that amount of money on one project? That is unheard of, right? You got studios that has films that barely breaks even or lose money all the time, like Warner Brothers, right? And they cannot afford to spend $720 million on one franchise. In fact, if you ask me, they cannot afford to spend any money on the damn universe they're producing right now, which is why you have minimum projects active at this very moment. Okay, you have no Lord of the Rings. You have no Harry Potter movies I'm talking about. You barely have a DC universe. 3 projects in. That's about it. If this was Netflix, in 1 year, you probably would get about 5 DC properties. Okay, and let's talk about stock. Netflix stock is sitting at $1,199.90. Let me say that, oh, I'm sorry. As I'm sitting here, it just went up to $1,203.40. Okay, now we got to look at Warner Brothers Discovery, even though it went up a little bit, $19. Now, let's compare 19 to 2000. Netflix is the superior company than that of Warner Discovery, which brings me to my final point. You want a studio that has the cash to fund whatever it is that you're willing to watch. Okay, you don't want a studio to buy Warner Brothers and DC Studios and all of a sudden they ain't got no money to give you no properties. They ain't got no money to give you no projects. They ain't got no money to give you anything because they have to recuperate what they have spent. When it comes to Netflix, if they buy Warner Discovery, I'm sorry, it's just Warner Brothers, yeah, Warner Brothers and DC Studios, instantly, and I mean instantly, they're in the positive. All of that $40 billion debt, all of that is going away because Netflix is going to be sure of it. A lot of people don't understand how deep the studio pockets is. Okay, you have Apple sitting at $252 per share. You got Tesla at $443 per share. None of them is touching $2,000 per share. In fact, I may have to invest in Netflix. Let me write that down right now. Let me buy some goddamn stock later on because that stock about to explode once they buy Warner Discovery and DC Studios. Trust me when I tell you, it might get up to about $3,000 a share. So I need to buy me some of that. But as I said, for all of those naysayers out there, you have to understand, Netflix has the cash. Netflix has the platform, and they also have the vision. Competent in this game. They would not be spending $720 million on The Witcher if they did not have it. Straight up. It ain't tricking if you got it. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end of you out there, that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that big number of 100,000 subs. So I'll be highly appreciative if you help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to that platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know if you understand what I talked about today. Do you get that Netflix is rich and they can give you every project that Warner Brothers has underneath their umbrella? With Netflix, no IP will lay dormant. Okay. Always remember, let's love on time roulette. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.